Hi, everyone. Okay, hello. Rissa Vibes here, aka Readings by Rissa. So excited to connect with you as always. Today is Sunday, and we are getting ready for a live weekly reading. This week's reading is going to include a lot of information. We are also going to be doing another kind of continued reading of the full moon in Aries that is tonight. And we are also going to do a little meditation and intention setting for that full moon in Aries. So lots of things to cover, all of the energy update of this week, all of the full moon energy, and a meditation and an intention. So I want to first start by just welcoming you all here. Thank you for joining. If this is your first time watching one of these readings, I appreciate you being here. I love that you have been drawn to this information, this connection to spirit, this web of light community that we've created here on YouTube. So feel free to introduce yourself if this is the first time you're joining, and let us know where you're from. And even if you're joining on the replay, I love to read the comments to hear and learn about our new beings that have joined this beautiful web of light community. So, and all of you vets, all of you veterans, the people that have been here watching every week for several weeks or even just a couple of them, thank you for joining as well. I appreciate your continued support, and I am so excited to see how you're doing today and this week. So feel free to comment below on how you're feeling, what the energy's been like for you this week, and welcome our lovely newbies as well. So if you haven't joined before, I do these readings every Sunday, 1:11 p.m. Central Time. Now, I know my timing will change a little bit because I'm in Arizona, so Mountain Standard Time here in Arizona doesn't change. So that's why I do the Central Time, just because it's a little bit more available and accessible for everyone to understand what time that is. Because if I were to go by Arizona time, only Arizonans would know what time it was. So 1:11 p.m. Central Time every Sunday, every week, with full information on the week's energy, the week's astrology, numerology, and card and spirit messages as well. I'm so excited to have you all here. I have the camera a little farther away today. I'm actually going to scoot it up just a little bit here so I can connect with you guys a little bit better. Just wanting to see how you guys are doing. I'm going to just check in here. Maria is here. Hello, good afternoon. Rissa and blessings. Good afternoon to you. Martha's here. She made it. Hey, Martha, good to see you. Let's see. Serena is here as well. Hello, Serena. Fox Mama 821 is here. Hey, I have not caught a live in months. I have been feeling the full moon for 3 days now. Yes, the full moon is intense, and I'm so glad that you're here and you're back, Fox Mama. It's so good to see you. I'm doing so well. Thanks for asking. Linda's here as well. Hello to this collective. Much love from Seattle. Hello, Linda. Anita is here. Hello and namaste. And we've got health coach Steph here. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. Lynn is here. Hi, namaste from the UK. Hello. It's so great to see this. Fox Mama says, Steph taking a pink salt bath and saging my crystals tonight for the full moon. Absolutely. Such a great practice. Danielle is here. Hey, lady. Hello. So good to see you guys. PJ's here. Hello, tuning in from the Bay Area. What's up, Bay Area? Rachel Ann is here. She says, crazy week, one of the longest I've ever felt. I've been slow this weekend. I'm still in bed now, chilling with my cat and a slice of blue agate. Nice. Hello, Kitty. Good to see you too. And Renee is here as well. Divine is here. So good to have you all here. Josephine is here as well. And Coach Steph says, I've been feeling a lot of grief and pain, full heart sensations a couple of days ago. And I've been feeling better, but still feel like I have been experiencing some deep, deep clearing and understanding. Yes, we are going to talk about the deep clearing and understanding. We're going to get into all of that energy. I am adjusting my camera just like we're adjusting our life, adjusting our energy here to settle in. Feel free to take a couple of deep breaths, nice, slow, deep belly breaths. Just to get here, to drop into this present moment. Feel free to continue that breath work throughout this reading as things resonate with you, as you get more in touch with the energy that we are bringing in this week and expecting and just connecting to this collective and the ability to take sacred time for ourselves to connect to energy. It's so important. It's so important. So let's go ahead and review. I've been talking for a while already, so let's go ahead and review last week. Last week was 10/20, and just so you all know, I did have somebody comment about my notes last week, which I don't really care what people think about me taking notes, but I just want you all to know, for those people that are new, I am an intuitive. I do these readings every week. I use my own intuitive ability, but I take a lot of notes for my own reference so that I don't leave anything out because there's so much energy to discuss. So I meditate frequently. I receive downloads throughout the week, throughout the month, doing several readings with several clients, getting a lot of understandings of the energy that we're in, and then I use all of that information, jot it all down so I don't forget any of it, and then bring it all to you every week. So just to explain a little bit of my process there for all of you. Okay, so a review of last week, October 13th, last week's energy was a different date. So let me just go into the review. Dream Talk and Find Your Center was the first card in the beginning of the week last week, really encouraging us to pay attention to our dreams, notice the symbolism in them, use that information, that wisdom to help us find a center, find our balance, find our ability to understand and see what we need to see in our life right now, and also to find grounding and center amidst the change and transformation that we've been experiencing. Remember, we had that 10/10 portal open up last week. The amazing energy of that is bringing in rebirth and connection to our Christ consciousness, our God consciousness, our source energy, and with that, we are rebirthing. We are feeling a lot of cleansing, a lot of releasing, and a lot of activation at the same time, so that can be very intense. So that Dream Talk offers a subconscious understanding of what we're going through and how we're kind of processing things. Then the middle of the week card last week was Miracles, letting us know that those miracles were on their way back again from even the September, I think it was August or September was the miracle card from the annual reading. So we had even more miracles show up, especially with that 10/10 portal opening up in the middle of the week. And then the end of the week card last week was the Knot of Isis, encouraging us to really just connect with the cosmos, connect with the ancestral energy, connect with the divine frequencies of the goddess Isis, which really bring in a level of creation, a level of cosmic energy and power and activation, and also a level of mothering energy, nurturance, and really active power and intuition for sure. And then also we were given power, protection, and abundance from Isis with that Knot of Isis card. So feeling into our own power, our own protective energy, and our own abundance for the end of the week. And then I did pull a moon card last week because we did talk a little bit about how to prep for the Aries full moon. And the moon card last week was Sensor, allowing us to connect to all of our senses, all our spidey senses, all our intuitive energy, all of our ability to feel the antennas that extend from our aura that help us read and translate energy and more conscious of it. So really allowing us to get settled in and connected to our intuitive power as well. So let's go ahead and go into the spirit messages of this week with that review in mind, allowing us to know where we're launching off from so we know where we're going into. It's really nice to have that past, present, and future understanding, right? So right now we are in 10/13 to 10/20. That is the week we are covering now. This week, tons of energy. We are still in that 10/10 portal. We are still moving into this full moon Aries energy, but we were feeling it last week, which was why it was so important to do some of those prep messages. And we're going to continue moving forward with this intensity of energy until the end of the month. But it's going to really unfold in such a beautiful way for us. So let's go ahead and get into the spirit messages. These are the messages directly from my guides, and I just write them all down, and they always end up being so deep and, and complex and expanded. So the first message is we're going after what we want. That's the biggest thing right now, is that we've really been inspired, motivated, excited, enthusiastic to go after what we want. Everything that we've been dreaming of, having goals towards, we're ready to finally start moving forward towards it, trying to grasp it, trying to get it, doing the work we need to have and achieve and accomplish that. This Aries full moon is the hunter's moon, and I think that's absolutely what we're talking about here with this energy, is just going after what you want, really truly working hard at it, and allowing yourself to connect to your own intuition in that pursuit. We're also recognizing in that path, in that process, a resistance to change, a kind of hesitation. When we go after something that we want, especially something that we really want, as we continue moving forward, as we start to make the calls for action, as we start to deliberately create that goal or achievement, we really start to notice certain aspects of the path that we find resistance in. We start to notice what has been limiting us, what has been feeling like we haven't moved forward, what has been in the way of our success or accomplishment, whether it's been internal or external. So a lot of the resistances that we've been working through this week and this last week and this week coming forth and throughout this month is going to be the internal awakening, the internal awareness. And so with that internal awareness, we also recognize the resistances we've had to change. This includes fears that we've had, changing unhealthy habits so that we can rid ourselves of those, surrendering to divine transformation. These are really important because when we finally get that gusto, that energy, that momentum to go after what we want, we start to realize, oh, we've been having this fear. That's why we never went after this. We were really crippled by this fear we had, and now we can push through it. Now we have the awareness, the confidence, the pride, and the determination to push through that fear. We realize that we're in this sense of unhealthy habits and unhealthy lifestyles that have kind of created a distraction or a slowing of our progress, of our movement forward, of our development. And we realize, oh wow, we need to be doing better. We could be doing better. These are the things that was keeping us in that place of feeling stuck. So this is a really great energy to have because it really starts to drill in even more inspired momentum for movement forward. Because yes, we can get inspired to, go after what we want because maybe we saw somebody talking about it and they gave us a great pep talk and now we're ready. But eventually that pep talk outside of ourselves, that person that gave us that outside of ourselves, it might fade, right? So we have to keep the internal flame lit, and we do that by seeing these observations of ourselves over time and recognizing these resistances to change that we've had that we can really now liberate ourselves from, and that's what keeps us committed to it. Because when we see ourselves not doing what we want to be doing, or when we see ourselves holding ourselves back, we really get that fire to move past it. And some of us feel a little bit overwhelmed by that, right? When we get that understanding, some of us feel almost crippled for a moment when we realize, oh, these things have been really keeping me behind for so long. But it's important to not dwell in that space. Don't create another energy of feeling stuck. Don't create another, just container for your progress. Don't stop yourself again or paralyze yourself again by beating yourself up. And that's a kind of an extension of the message we talked about last week, where it's just so important to be kind to yourself, gentle to yourself, loving to yourself, and knowing that with the awareness that you've gotten from just being able to see where these resistances are and what you need to do is 51 or more % of the work. So that awareness, just that consciousness, is doing a lot for you. So the next thing to do is just start moving forward in that inspired action. Whatever feels easiest to start with, whatever feels most exciting to start with, whatever feels most capable or more capacity to start with, just allow yourself to start somewhere, right? And then continue to progress every day, little by little. Be kind to yourself, and eventually you will get to where you need to go, and you'll make up for lost time, I promise you. Now we're also feeling, again, that divine reset from the 1010 portal last week that is going to continue until the end of the month. So we're going to continue feeling resets in our energy, resets in our circumstance, in our life, things that we are experiencing, that we are moving in, relationships that we have with ourselves even are kind of coming into a new balance. They're resetting, they're going back to zero, they're clearing the slate, they're needing to reevaluate everything. We're needing to kind of analyze everything that we've been experiencing so that we can allow the divine reset to occur fully. So we don't want to ignore certain intuitive hits or downloads or aha moments that we get, or certain encouragements or signs that tell us we need to restart on something, or we need to reevaluate something. We don't want to ignore that. So I really encourage you all to pay attention to those signs, whether they be internally with your intuition or whether they be externally spoken through someone or shown to you in a message that you maybe have been watching or observing. It's really important to make sure that you allow the divine reset, because as long as you push it away or reject it or try to ignore it, the longer it will take for you to just get through it. So you might as well just let the reset happen and trust, right? Now, we're also going to have a lot of help from our community and good company around us to help us move through our reset and the throat chakra clearing, apparently, the communication of our energy with each other, the ability to feel into that processing with other people that we know are like-minded or high vibrational, and allowing ourselves to feel that company and support. That's going to assist us. It's going to help us not feel alone. It's going to help us see outside of ourselves a little bit more clearly. It's also going to help us kind of organize our thoughts a little bit better. And it's also going to keep us in a place of joy and peace and comfort and nurturance during the changes we're experiencing. That's a huge, huge help to us during this time. And so we are social, and when we are social beings, and so that's also a thing when with the throat chakras, the ability to communicate also clears energy, the ability to get things off your chest. That's why people always say, I just need to get that off my chest, I just need to be heard, I just need to say that out loud, because that is an energy exchange. And even when we're having throat issues and things that feel stuck in the throat, that's a sign that our throat chakra is needing to express some energy. It's needing to release some energy through communication. So allow yourself to speak out your feelings, your ideas, your thoughts, your confusions even, and even the delusions that you might be realizing from some of those resistances to change. That is really powerful. And when we are social, we are able to start to redirect the energy. We start to really materialize the change through our expression. So that can also include journaling. I did a journaling video all about journaling, tips and tricks on how to journal effectively for your spiritual path. I did that on the YouTube channel here. It's under the video section. Also in the playlists, you can find it in the intuitive practices and guidance playlist. So if you want a little journaling tips and tricks, then definitely check that video out. Okay, also, being social helps us transform anxious anxiety into enthusiasm, excitement, passion as well. So if you're feeling really anxious, if you're feeling really nervous or really heightened in your vibration to a point where it's uncomfortable, or you're having a lot of thoughts that you can't kind of clear or calm down, or even emotions, speaking to somebody about it that you're comfortable with, that you feel safe with, that you know has got a good vibration and is healthy, will also help you feel just nurtured and connected. And it's going to give you a lot of gratitude as well, and also help you be enthusiastic and excited about the path that you're on and moving forward, instead of kind of stuck in that confusion or anxiety. All right, next spirit message is the sun. The sun charge is changing. It's very, very less intense now in this month, because the summer is over, the spring is over, we're moving into winter, we're in fall, we're moving into winter, and so the sun is changing, our relationship with the sun is changing. So I encourage you to get some sun when you can, because we are entering the last kind of months of autumn and moving into the winter, where the sun won't be as strong and won't be as much of a charge for us, an energetic charge. And when we get an energetic charge from the sun, it helps us with our action. It helps us with our inspired action and our connection to the earth as well, and connection to our own power. Solar plexus charge is what the sun does for us. So allow yourself to connect with the sun when you can, because that's going to really also help where we're at right now, to help move us through change, to help keep us focused on the next movement and the next action as we move into the winter months. And plus, we won't have as strong of a sun charge energy and connection over the next couple of months in winter, so we might as well get it while we can, right? So connect to the sun as much as you can, and have gratitude for the sun, and its energy is taking rest and letting us move forward. So have gratitude that the sun is kind of taking a little break so that we can really connect with the moon, because when the sun kind of falls back, the moon rises and the moon comes forward and starts to really amplify its energy. And the moon represents intuition and emotional understanding and connectedness and nurturance and self-love. So that's kind of where we're transitioning into from the sun, the action inspired sun. So we still of course have a lot of inspired action, and we'll get into that as well with the Aries full moon reading in just a second. But in general, just allow yourself to connect with the sun when you can for these next couple of weeks, several weeks as well, okay? And a great way to connect with the sun is to come with me to Belize, October 26th to November 1st, because we're going to be activating tons of moon energy with the new moon in Scorpio, and we're also going to be soaking up all the sun in Central America, Belize. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. So just like these readings are so fulfilling and satisfying and exciting and fun to connect with, we are going to be doing the same thing and way more in Belize for the Belize retreat that I'm hosting. Intuitive development, channel and chill connections, cosmic connections, and yoga and meditation and vegan cuisine and the bright sun and super, super deep moon energies that we'll be experiencing. So that's going to be really fun. So if you want to come with me to Belize, rissavibes@gmail.com or readingsbyrissa@gmail.com. You can email me and I will be able to give you all of the info and get you signed up. All right, so also the next message, the birthing process. I had this download. This download was really interesting this morning in meditation. And Spirit was showing me the birthing process from the time a woman finds out that they are pregnant, from the time that they give birth, right? And it was showing me this birthing process as an understanding of the cycle of energy that we've been experiencing and how we emerge in our spiritual journey as well. And so Spirit kind of broke it down for me, and I'll give you the same kind of breakdown. It's just like emerging into spiritual enlightenment. We have time to create, develop, like in the womb. So just like in the womb, we end up becoming in this kind of chrysalis of energy, this chrysalis of awareness, and we start to develop and create this energy, this intuition. We start to wake up, right? And so that energy is kind of our contained creation, where we're having a lot of internal understandings, we're learning new things, we're seeing new things. And then we move into labor, and we move into this place of a new level of awareness. We get to that anxious phase, right? Labor is anxious. It's intense. It's extreme. It's transformative. It's sometimes even violent, right? And aggressive. So this is where we're at right now. And Spirit was also kind of saying that the birthing process is a symbolism for so many different things. So not just for the spiritual awakening, but also for just the year's progression of energy, and so many other things, the process of creation in any project that you're doing. And so that's really what we want to focus on, is that birthing process and knowing where we're at in it, not just applying it to actual physical birth, but applying it to understanding how we are reborn several times throughout our life. And so we did talk a little bit about the rebirth with the Pluto going direct last week. And so we're going to feel more of that rebirthing as we continue through this 1010 portal. And we are in that labor intense energy and labor phase where we have a lot of energy around us. We know that we're kind of being ripped out of where we're used to and ripped and pulled into a new world. And we're emerging into a new world with a lot of mystery and unknown energy and enthusiasm and excitement, but it's also sometimes violent and assertive and aggressive with us, and it kind of slaps us around and throws us around and pulls us around. And so that can be intense. And so allow yourself to breathe through that energy, and also to use the help that you get from others, because just like when we're being born, that labor process they need a midwife or a doctor or nurses to help, right, birth that baby, because it's something outside of yourself that needs to pull you into the new world, something that's already in the new world to pull you into that new world. So rely on people that you know that have already had their divine reset. Rely on people that you know that are very heightened vibrationally. Rely on people that you know that are kind of living the lives that you want to live, or expressing the state of being and state of consciousness that you want to express, because they're already in that new world that you're emerging into. So they can help pull you out of that energy that you've been in, that old world, or that womb energy, and kind of pull you out and in. To this new awareness. So hopefully that wasn't a super weird analogy. I mean, Spirit gives us weird analogies all the time, right? But hopefully I did a good job in explaining that. So just pay attention to that. And then the next phase of that after the labor, which is where we're at now, the next phase to get excited for is our ability to meet the new world and to learn it. And so that's what we're moving into in this very transformative process that we're experiencing over the next several weeks and months until the new year. So we're going to be meeting the new world. We're going to be learning it. We're going to be feeling it. And we're going to have more and more evidence of that as we continue. Creativity and beauty is also emphasized right now. Psychic protection and power and abundance is also emphasized right now, especially from that Knot of Isis card last week. It's important to use some mantras to keep you in higher vibration. So allow yourself to take some time to journal some mantras just personally to you that can help you feel more into your psychic power, your psychic protection, and your abundance, the abundance that you want. I always recommend, I am powerful. I am profoundly intuitive. I am protected in my energy. My intuition keeps me safe. My abundance is a reality. I am abundance. I know I am creating all that I desire, and I am moving more and more into the abundance that I know is available to me. So those are just a couple of examples, and of course you can watch that on the replay. You can always just tune right back into this time of this reading and just kind of let me be the guide for you in those mantras, and you can just listen to them every day. But the biggest thing when you have those mantras and you use them is to claim the power, claim it, feel it to be real, trust that it is real. Because if you don't claim that mantra to be real, if you're just saying, I'm abundance, I'm kind of sure of myself to be able to do it, that's not going to bring it in, right? You've got to be confident, and you've got to let yourself notice what ways you might not be confident at first when you start it, and just start trying to be a little bit more confident in the way you say it, a little bit more confident in the way you feel those mantras every time you do. And then notice the psychic abundance that you receive. Notice the results of those mantras working for you in your life as we continue moving throughout the weeks. Because as you notice the signs and synchronicities being more prominent and more powerful and more expressive, you'll also feel more trust in the ability in that process to bring all of that abundance in. So it's a good positive loop experience for you to tap into this week. Pay attention to your emotions and actions as well. Don't do things too impulsively. Think before you speak or act. This is a lot of the full moon Aries energy creeping in here for some messages. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And having motivation and drive, excitement, passions, new control, new power, all of those things are flowing into you now this week as well. So just lots of exciting things to be had, lots of movement, lots of just internal activation. I call this energy that we're experiencing this week the ability to empower your sacred warrior, because the sacred warrior is not just a soldier or a fighter or someone that's just trained to combat. A sacred warrior is one that is trained to do that, but is also mindful in that process, that is able to take a step back and go within and intuitively be guided in their ability to stand strong in their power, to fight things that they need to fight off, or to kind of defend themselves or protect themselves in certain ways as well. So we're activating our sacred warrior, our intuitive warrior, our mindful warrior, allowing us to really find a balance in the way in which we might express and also the way in which we perceive things, so that we can really kind of tame certain things that may have been out of balance. Okay, real quick, I always like to do, recently I just started doing this, a one-word intuitive word message for each aspect of your life: work, love, family, and spiritual growth. So I'm just gonna tap in real quick. Let's take a couple deep breaths together. on your own, just breathing deeply. The intuitive word for your work life this week is inspiration. Inspiration is going to help you act on your work goals and projects, using your inspiration, the things that just come to you, that give you a zest, a spark, an excitement to move forward, to create it, to be involved in it, whatever it is. Use your natural inspiration. Follow your highest excitement in your work plans and your work projects and your developments in work life, and find ways to be inspired at work. Find ways to gain new inspiration at work. That is going to be incredibly important for you to maintain a positive energy there as well. Love, the love word of this week. Entice. Entice gives off a sense of sensuality. It gives off a sense of excitement. It gives off a sexiness and a tempting energy, the ability to start to slowly and sensually draw in what you want in your love life, knowing that it can't always be quick fix. It can't always be that immediate gratification that you're looking for. So allow yourself in your love life to be patient and to just start to entice some of the energy that you want, bringing it into your aura, bringing it into your experience, using your own imagination, your own intuition, and your own observation of your current love life to start to entice certain energies into more amplification for your love exploration. And then family, the word for family this week, brave. Brave is the word for family. Allow yourself to be confident, to be courageous in your communications with your family. This calls for some assertiveness with family members who may be crossing boundaries. Allow yourself to notice that it is incredibly important for you to use your bravery, your courage, and your confidence to hone in that assertive energy and to express it when it's necessary. There will be some temptations of people kind of trying to overstep boundaries. So don't be tempted to ignore when people overstep boundaries. Be assertive with that and be brave. And then the spirit message, the spirit word, the intuitive word for our spiritual evolution here this week is trust. Trust completely in the evolution, the development of spirit. Everything that you're experiencing from spirit is real. Allow yourself to trust in the signs and synchronicities. Trust the messages you're receiving. Trust the dreams. Trust that energy that you are getting, and allow yourself to really start to notice how your intuition speaks to you, how your spirit speaks to you. What language does it use? What ways does it show you that it is actually giving you a message? It's not just something you made up, right? So just notice that and allow that to be a evidence of your trust in your spiritual progress and in your spirit's communication with you. Okay, so really good messages there, lots of good words. I'm just gonna write them down because I didn't write them down. These were just kind of free flowed. Inspired for work, entice for love, brave for family, and spirit was trust. Okay, guides to work with this week as well, guides to help utilize this energy and navigate this energy. Goddess Lakshmi is a really amazing guide to work with. She's all about abundance. She's going to help you with abundance and beauty and the ability to feel into your own natural beauty, your own uniqueness, and to find ways to amplify your abundance with that. And then Archangel Michael is another great guide to work with, a powerful protective energy and one that is helpful in expressing and helping us follow God's will or Source's will, our higher power's will, the universe's plan for us, okay? So really call on Archangel Michael when you're needing some extra faith or some extra awareness on what Spirit has planned for you, and if you need some protection. And then Goddess Isis, we talked about Goddess Isis last week. Goddess, another great guide to work with this week. She is going to bring in a lot of our intuition, our powerful intuition, and help us kind of use our intuition to amplify more protective energy for us and also more abundance and bliss for us as well. So use Goddess Isis for that and connect to the cosmos with Goddess Isis. She's great for accessing any cosmic energy that you want to connect with as well. All right, so hopefully you're all feeling so good from all of those spirit messages. I know it was a lot. I always think that it's going to be just a few messages and then spirit just gives me so much. It's so great. So, and I always do these little notes, these specific notes right before I get on live with you guys, like to have it fresh and ready for you. So I get a lot of messages throughout the week that I kind of store, and then I write everything down in like a crazy mad scientist way, mad intuitive way. So my notes are like crazy. They're like crazy if you can see them. They're nuts. So anyway, astrology. We're going to get into the astrology right now. Hopefully you're all feeling good. We are going to move into today's full moon in Aries. Let's talk about it. We did a full moon Aries prep last week, so feel free to watch that as well on the replay. But right now, we're going to just tap into the energy of the full moon, and then we'll also talk after that about some of the other astrological events this week. So today's full moon in Aries, let's talk about it. We've got lots of amazing energy here. Our reading energy, our ability to read energy is easier with this Aries full moon. Now, we're also encouraged to be patient and use a lot of breath work to assist our inner evolution. So with the ability to read energy, I also like to use breath work for that. So this is kind of a combination message here for the Aries full moon, is when we use breath work, just breathing deeply, even if it's not any specific type of breath work or specific type of breath practice, just deep breath when we're in a place of intuitive activation, or when we're in a crowd, or when we're in an environment where we want to feel the energy or read the energy of it, or when we're having an experience that we want to read the energy of it, the first thing to do is have breath work, to deeply breathe in and out and to feel your mind quieting with that breath. We can't receive intuitive hits or intuitive messages as clearly as we would want to if we're not breathing appropriately and if we're not taking the time to quiet our mind. If we don't quiet our mind before we get an intuitive hit, or when we do, then we can have some of our own thoughts, our own mind start to influence that. And that might be sometimes why we feel like, did we make this up, or is this something that we've kind of created? Sometimes it is a little bit of something we've created because we haven't taken the time to quiet our mind to receive it. But we also have a lot of truth to the intuitive hits we have, because our intuition is kind of it kind of rises to the surface. It kind of bubbles up to the surface in little pockets, and then we have to kind of amplify that with breath work. We feel that and we breathe into it. We quiet our mind to receive the full message. So use that to read energy a little easier, because it is a lot more palpable in our experience right now. We can feel the energy, we can sense the energy. We have those antennas right now, especially with the thinning of the veil. We talked about that with the 1010 portal. That is the 1010 portal, the ability to connect with spirit in such a profound way. This is the only time of the year that the veil between spirit and physical matter is this thin. That's why I'm doing the retreat in Belize this month, because it's going to be so activated. The resort that I'm doing it at is on top of ancient Mayan lands and underneath incredibly activated cosmic constellations and just lots of energy. So we're going to be doing deep work on connecting with spirit and connecting with our higher selves and connecting with the cosmos in that retreat in Belize. So definitely message me if you're interested in that. Now, with the full moon in Aries, Aries represents a lot of fire, right? Aries is a fire sign. It represents speed and activation and enthusiasm and passion and pride and success, but it also represents a balance too. It craves balance. Aries likes to have balance when it knows it needs it. So this is also an important part of what we were talking about just a second ago, the empowerment of our sacred warrior, recognizing that we have that ability to feel fiery and strong and warrior-esque, but we also have this balance, this mindfulness with it, this intuition that allows us to find a little bit of a peace. It's a mindful energy. It's a introspective energy, and that allows us to be the best warriors ever, because we have our head on straight and our heart on straight and our mind and our energy is just so balanced. So allow ourselves to empower our sacred warrior. Allow yourself to do that in any way you know how. Start to journal a little bit. What is a sacred warrior to you? What is the sacred warrior of your energy? What could you see yourself as when you think about you as a sacred warrior? Journal about that and allow yourself to feel it, to believe it, to experience that. It's going to be beautiful. And then the number 13 is really intense. We have today 10/13/2019, lots of 13 energy, and actually October is a 13 month in numerology. Don't ask me how they do that because it's a little complex, but it is a double 13 number, and you can look that up. You can look that up, the numerological aspects of the months. But change is a big kind of symbolism of the number 13. Numerologically, it represents change, rebirth, and divine feminine energy, which is a lot of that intuition. So just another way to see those intuitive messages of this Aries full moon play out through numbers. I recommend to be patient and to allow the deep discoveries that are occurring in your life to kind of unfold naturally. Don't feel forced to fix a lot of things. Just allow yourself to notice what is happening and what is changing. Remember, we're rebirthing, we're releasing a lot of old, and so we don't want to try to fix it or try to hold on to the old or try to create a solution. If spirit is clearing something, we just want to watch it clear, right? We want to see what spirit is doing with it first. So give yourself time to say, okay, I see this thing changing, I see this thing releasing, I see this thing happening, but before I try to intervene, let me just be patient. Let me just breathe through it. Let me just find peace. Let me just allow these deep discoveries to play out. Let me see what spirit does with this before I start to act or control it. That's going to really help you as well. And then when you do that, you'll start to channel the heightened excitement or the heightened just activation of your energy into inspired action. Because when you settle in, when you quiet your mind, when you tune in amidst deep discovery, you start to get inspired action as a response. So let that happen and be present and in peace as you wait for that to happen, because it will happen in divine timing. Being in a place of joy and excitement is also going to help you stay in the positive vortex. So if you've been feeling a little bit down, or you've been feeling like you can't get out of a loop of negative energy, start to think differently. Start to bring in joy. What brings you joy? What makes you feel happy? Start to do more of those things and start to deliberately create that positive vortex of energy. Even if you have to fake it a little bit to make it, that kind of has to happen sometimes, right? Because it's not really faking it, it's more creating it to make it, right? And so we have to do a deliberate creation in order for it to come. So if you know that you're missing joy and you're needing joy in your life, start to bring joy into your life deliberately. Go out of your way to make a joyful experience for yourself in whatever way that means for you. And then we also have some really good astrology aspects that we want to tap into with this full moon in Aries. We've got the moon trine Jupiter in 20 degrees. Now 20 has been a huge theme all month and moving into 2020. So we've got a ton of 20 energy, and that 20 represents a connection to our understanding of ourselves. It represents a activation of our balance. It represents an activation of our purpose and our faith in that purpose as well. And so the 20 energy is just going to continue to show up for us. And in this way, it's shown up in the moon trining Jupiter at 20 degrees, which is giving us wisdom, love, and connection. And then we also have Venus opposite Uranus, which is going to give us a liberating change in love. So recognize any changes in love and allow them to be, because you will feel liberated once that change is complete as well, or even during, okay? And then we did talk a little bit about this in the prep last week for the Aries full moon, T-square Pluto, which is all about our rebirth activations. And we had even more of that amplified last week with the 10-10 portal opening up, which is another 20, right? 10 plus 10 is 20. So lots of 20s all around us. And that is giving us that rebirthing into the 20 energy, into the mastery of our purpose, into the mastery of our faith, into the mastery of our balance. So we're going to be feeling that as we continue moving into the new year. That is about everything I have for the full moon in Aries. I just want to make sure I didn't leave anything out. No, I did not. So I want to just take some time real quick to settle into this full moon Aries energy. And I was going to say one more thing. There's this beautiful little book I love to use for just some quick little references. It's a little bit of astrology book. I love this book. But I was reading it this AM, just kind of getting in touch with the Aries energy even more. And I wanted to say this sentence that I saw in here that really I feel like describes the Aries energy and can help us move into that Aries energy. So it says the song of Aries is the song of independence, motivation, the beauty of the recovery, and being born this way. So let me say it again. The song of Aries is the song of independence, motivation, the beauty of the recovery, and of being born this way. So we talked a lot about this even last week, and I didn't even, reference that book last week, but we talked about, recovery, and we talked about clearing any addictive behaviors last week, and we talked about the ability to move into change, and it just feels really good to have that feeling of validation from this book, and also just noticing the independence and motivation that comes from this path of recovery that we're on, and this path of feeling unapologetically you. We talked about that last week as well. So I wanted to just have that sentence there available to you all to remember, so that you can really tap into even more of that energy and confidence in yourself in this Aries full moon. So let's go ahead and get nice and comfortable, nice and relaxed. I'm going to go ahead and lead us through a quick little meditation and intention setting for the Aries full moon, and you'll be able to watch this on replay as well. So notice what time we're at right now. We're at 45 minutes and 42 seconds. So 45:42 is where you'll get your meditation for the full moon, and I'll put that in the comments section as well. 45:42. Okay, let's go ahead and close our eyes all together as a collective. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Big breath out to relax. Deep breath in. Big breath out, releasing any tension, any distractions released. Another deep breath in, breathing in the energy of the cosmos, the energy of this Aries full moon. And exhaling to relax. Just keep breathing at your own natural pace here. Allowing yourself to connect to the Aries full moon. The beautiful moon, full and ripe with energy that allows us to activate our sacred warrior. This Aries full moon is the hunter's moon, allowing us to go after what we want. As you breathe here in this moment, in this sacred time, in this sacred place, allow yourself to imagine all of the things that you want and you receiving them. Allow yourself to feel the gratitude, to feel the excitement, to feel the enthusiasm and sense of accomplishment in receiving all that you want and desire. The Aries full moon allows these activations of inspired action to bring you what you desire in divine timing and divine order. Breathe into patience. Breathe into allowing the unfolding of what you desire coming to fruition. Breathe into your own intuition, allowing yourself to settle into the comfort, the connection, the protection of your intuition. Your intuition allows you to stay in peace and joy and confidence as you move through the transformational times we are in. Breathing deeply and experiencing the bliss as you allow your higher self to show you the way to your desires, show you the way to the life that you want to live, show you the way to the state of being you want to achieve. You already have it. It is here in this space, flowing to you now in this energy, this ability to connect with it here and now, this ability to see it and feel it and believe in it here and now is the exact thing that brings it into fruition in our physical realm. Connecting to these feelings, these emotions, these awarenesses of great success, abundance, psychic power, and protection, you feel the release of any energy that does not match this high vibration. Any circumstance, relationship, or experience or environment that does not match the energy of the fullness of success that you desire. Feeling the release of that energy and allowing it to fade away, allowing it to wash away as you breathe, breathing deeply in a cleansing breath, and a big exhale to release all the energy that does not match your positive vortex of success and accomplishment and desire. Another deep breath in, and big cleansing breath out to continue the release. Releasing tension from the body, releasing energy stored in the mind, body, and spirit. With another deep breath in, feeling the full capacity of the bliss and success that you desire, entering the body and relaxing into it with the exhale. This energy is your here and now. You are emerging into it. And though it may be laborious and intense, you are coming into this new world, this new level of being, this new level of confidence, this new level of excitement, this new level of power, this new level of bliss, this new level of connection and community and achievement. It is yours. You are independent. You are strong. You are creating it here and now. And you have every right. It is your birthright to be unapologetically, uniquely you, inspired by your own path, your own journey, your own intuition, recognizing the beauty of your individuality amongst the entirety, the wholeness of Source and the universe surrounding us. We are one, and you are also one. And so, like a drop into the sea, you are unique and necessary and perfect as you are. Love yourself, be kind to yourself, allow yourself to breathe into self-love, to relax into self-acceptance, and to emerge a new you, even more you than you have ever been. Breathing deeply here, feeling the Aries full moon energy activating you on its own, taking a few breaths to yourself, setting specific intentions for yourself and what you want to receive from this full moon. What do you want to see? And breathing with this for just a moment, connecting to your own guides, getting your own downloads and messages with your breath as the fuel, as the movement, as the message. You have a fire within that is burning bright, guiding the way through any darkness and into your light. You are protected. You are supported. You are ready for the success and the activations of of high vibration coming to you now with this full moon in Aries, this 10-10 portal, and the continued energy of the rest of this year unfolding for us all. Breathing deeply in, exhaling out with gratitude and love to your guides for showing up and bringing this energy into your experience with another deep breath in. And exhale out, feeling gratitude and love for yourself for being able to receive this energy and to be conscious and aware of all that you have experienced and why. With another deep breath in and big breath out, bringing yourself back to this reality, fluttering your eyes open slowly, reconnecting to where we are here and now. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know how you feel. You probably feel a little zenned out, a little spirit high, and that's totally okay. So give yourself some time to reconnect to this physical experience. I'm going to pull one card only for the moon. And then I will go into a couple more messages for the rest of the week's astrology. And then we'll pull the cards for the week. Here's our moon card from the Angels of Atlantis deck coming forth for us. Ooh, good card. Archangel Raphael with a beautiful heart chakra card. This heart energy and the lotus there representing empathy, allowing us to feel into community, to have empathy, to use our empathic nature, our ability to feel the energy around us, to feel the energy within us, and to also feel the energy of others, to be there for others and to be there for ourselves. This is what this moon is helping us with as well. It's activating more empathy. This also means that with this empathic activation, we may feel more sensitive and more irritable based on that sensitivity than usual. So emotional roller coasters can happen. Make sure you're saying your protection mantras to clear any energy from others that you might not want to feel by saying, I choose to only feel the energy that is mine. I choose to only feel the energy that is mine. I choose to only feel the energy that is mine. You can also say, I choose to feel, or I choose to release any energy that is not my own. I choose to release any energy that is not my own. I choose to release any energy that is not my own. Super powerful. So let that be your Aries full moon card for this week. All right, hopefully you're all feeling good from that meditation. You feel free to comment below on how you feel and what you experienced during that meditation. I'd love to hear any messages you received, any visions you got, or any other intuitive hits you received as I continue for these astrology messages. 10/14 tomorrow, Monday, is a relax and recharge day to help the forward momentum of our energy this week. We want to recharge, especially from that 10-10 portal and from the moon today. So tomorrow's a great way to just take it a little easier, whatever that means for you. Mercury is sextile to Saturn tomorrow as well, which is giving us new intelligence in our communication, new awareness in our ability to communicate and how we communicate and what we communicate. We also have the sun squaring Pluto tomorrow, which allows us to let go of resistance. We talked about resistance to change in the spirit messages part of this reading. So the sun squaring Pluto tomorrow will also help us let go of resistance to change. So that's going to be really nice for us. We're also going to feel an inner power rising with that sun energy to help us through the rebirth of the Pluto energy. So any calls to action that you might feel that state your inner power or help you establish your inner power, follow that. That will be very helpful for you. And then on Saturday, 10/19, we're going to have very quick mind energy, mental activity. We're going to be thinking very fast. We're going to be making quick decisions. We're going to be feeling quick shifts in our mind and perspective. We're going to be learning new things. And Mercury is sextiling Pluto, which allows our communication again to be activated in a rebirthing way. So we're going to kind of change the way we communicate. We're going to rebirth into a new style of communication. And we're also going to help guide others with our communication through their own rebirthing energy as well. So that's going to be a really powerful day also on Saturday the 19th. And then Sunday the 20th, next week when we meet again for another live weekly reading, we're going to have beautiful love and nurture of self and others. We're going to feel Venus sextiles Saturn, which is going to give us some understanding and new intelligence in our love life. We're going to feel more responsibilities in love. We're going to be taking things more seriously, and we're going to be having more clarity in our love life and love goals as well. So that's going to be very powerful also. So all in all, those are the astrology readings, spirit messages, and everything to know about the full moon in Aries. Let's go ahead and pull a couple of cards for this week's energy, 1013 to 1020, and then I will send you on your merry way. How are you all feeling from that meditation? Let's see how we feel. Marie says, amazing, Rissa. Linda says, I must say the mantras I am given by Rissa are personal, inspirational, effective, and empowering. Oh, thank you, love. And Serena says, I'm 20 and my moon is in Aries. What a perfect 20 synchronicity. Paul said, or Phil says, sorry, Paul, or sorry, Phil, I called you Paul. Yeah, I made it in time. Good to see you. Rebecca's here as well. And Divine Derica says, I feel so much more relaxed and energized. Wonderful. Phil says, I feel amazing. Marie says, that was beautiful and I'm vibrating so highly. Thank you. Lynn says, beautiful as well. Leslie made it. Hi, sister. Hi, Vibers. Good to see you. And Linda says, another spot on channel. Thank you, Rissa. All right, loves, I am so happy to connect with you here. Let's pull a couple of cards. And we also have a message from Marie. Marie had a message during her meditation here. It said, I was told to keep moving forward in my healing and my master's degree program in alternative medicine. Amazing. So exciting that you got some messages and downloads from your beautiful, the beautiful meditation we just did. And for all of you that just joined, no worries that you're a little bit tardy. That's okay. We have replays of these readings and they stay up forever. So you can watch the replay, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and pull from another deck because that was for the full moon. I want to pull from these cards today, and then we'll maybe get another one from that deck in a second. All right, so for the beginning of the week card, 1013 to 1020, feeling into another guided message for our energy in the beginning of the week. Ooh, good card. I'm not gonna show you it yet. Actually, I was getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited. Yes, I want to do another card here. These cards have really been wanting to show up a lot. These are the Healing with the Angels deck. This is actually the first deck of cards I ever got. It's a Doreen Virtue deck. Such a powerful deck. And then I'm also going to pull the end of the week card, another end of the week card from the Goddess Isis deck. Just feeling into more of that moon energy and connection. All right, there we go. Okay, let's see what we got. Beginning of the week card that I almost spoiled too soon. Surrender and release. It's so perfect for tomorrow and for today. We're surrendering to the activations of our spirit from the 1010 portal and the full moon in Aries, and we're really releasing any energy of low vibration that does not serve us, that is not part of the new world that we're emerging into. We are releasing that. We're leaving it behind. So just surrender and allow yourself to not try to control things too much, to just follow the inspired action you get, follow the path of spirit, follow where the energy is flowing, follow the intuition, surrender and release. Linda says, oh my God, perfect card, surrender and release. Yes, so good for the beginning of the week. All right, middle of the week card. I have so many cards here. I'm like card overload. The next card, middle of the week card, wow. Celebration, letting us know that there's so much to celebrate, that the anxiety of the laborious part of this birthing process that we've been in is almost over, and we are ready to be celebrating in the middle of the week. We have so much to celebrate, and we're going to feel that energy of celebration, of joy, of excitement, of enthusiasm in the middle of the week as we continue processing all of the activations we've been receiving and continue to receive activations from the 1010 portal as well. We have Samhain. Samhain is the last week of October, and it is a kind of earth magic holiday tradition. And Master Merlin, I was learning about it from Master Merlin this weekend, but the last week of October is the new moon in Scorpio, October 27th, and we'll be doing a beautiful cacao ceremony in Belize at my retreat on that day to welcome in Samhain and to feel the energy of that thinning of the veil portal and the celebration of that thinning of the veil. So we're going to be tapping into some really amazing magic, and that's going to be a part of the celebration too. So just got a little download there to mention that. All right, the end of the week card, the last week of our reading today, or the last card of our reading today. I'm going to show you the picture because it's just gorgeous. Look at Goddess Isis there, so strong. Sacred warrior energy I feel from that for sure. And so this card says High Priestess is the energy that we're going to feel at the end of the week. A mystery is to be unveiled. Ooh, how exciting. A new clarity around your direction is unfolding. Be willing to wait for the full reveal. There it is, another sign to not force the transformation. Be willing to wait for the full reveal, but also recognize what is happening at this time. Be observant of everything. You will be gaining valuable insight into where you are being led and for what purpose. What a perfect Goddess Isis card. I mean, she's just coming in with like some serious specific intel. I love it. So those are all the cards. We've got empathy for the full moon in Aries today and tonight to bring in more empathy in our heart chakra and to let that be a tool for us to navigate the energy of this week and this moon. Surrender and release for the beginning of the week, allowing us to really feel into our ability to just trust as things unfold in divine timing and order. And then middle of the week, celebrating that trust and celebrating the synchronicities and signs and activations we receive in response from Spirit and its pride of us for doing that, to following that guidance. And then the High Priestess card, feeling into that ability to just surrender to the unfolding and get ready for a mystery to be unveiled at the end of this week. Super, super fun. I cannot wait to hear about the mysteries that are unveiling in your life. They're all going to be exciting. And that's all I have for you today. I am headed out for today. I hope you have a wonderful week. And it was so good to see you all. Thank you all for joining me at this beautiful, beautiful time and space where we connect to this web of light community that we're creating. I encourage you to share this reading with 2 to 3 friends that need it. Let's keep this web of light growing. And also remind yourselves that the community energy that we talked about, it's so important to come together as a community and to connect to Spirit together and to process energy that we're experiencing together. So I hope that you enjoy this reading for that purpose, the community that we have developed here. I'm so proud of us. If you want to join me in Belize, if you feel all of this magic here and you just want to come experience the magic in person in Belize for 7 days, then definitely email me readingsbyrissa@gmail.com. If you thought this reading was amazing, magical, dope, inspiring, then you are going to absolutely be out of your mind in Belize with me. So definitely still spots open. So please email me if you're interested in signing up. And there are 4 packages for the Belize retreat, so different prices available to you as well. So lots of opportunity to strategize your way there as well. And then I'm also doing $90 specialty readings. That includes energetic clearings or a past life reading or a mediumship reading or a cosmic connection reading. Any of those 4 readings I will do for only $90. That's $21 off regular price until my schedule fills up before I leave next week for Belize. So please email me readingsbyrissa@gmail.com or message me on Instagram @readingsbyrissa on Instagram for any information on how to schedule a one-on-one booking with me. I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful week. Feel free to comment throughout the week as you replay this reading throughout the week. Whenever you need a little bit of a reminder or you need those mantras or you need that meditation, feel free to tap back in for the replay and soak up all the energy that you can and comment as you do, because I love to read how the energy of the week is progressing for everyone as well. I love you so much. I'll see you soon. Peace and blessings. Bye.